Picture this: a conversation last month with a 70-year-old widow, a former nurse named Ellen, left me speechless. "I thought living alone would be my golden ticket to freedom," she said, her voice cracking. "But my stubbornness nearly landed me in a nursing home." One tiny oversight, a slip in her kitchen, spiraled into a wake-up call she never saw coming. If you're over 60 and living solo or care about someone who is, this is your briefing. What you're about to hear could be the difference between thriving in your independence or losing it altogether. Today, we're tackling 10 things you must avoid when living alone as an older person. Silent traps that can steal your freedom faster than you believe. Ellen's story isn't just a cautionary tale. It's a battle plan for anyone who values their autonomy. Why stick around till the end? Because number 7 will hit you like a freight train. It's the mistake Ellen made that almost cost her everything. And I'm handing you practical fixes to sidestep these pitfalls starting today. Plus, there's a challenge at the finish line that could lock in your independence for years. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Because the longer you ignore these traps, the closer they creep. Not subscribed? Tap it now and ring that bell so you don't miss a single strategy. Share your city in the comments. I want to know where my solo warriors are watching from. Drop a 1 if you're ready to take charge, or a 0 if I need to fire it up more. Let's roll. 1. Letting isolation build walls. Ellen loved the quiet of her little bungalow after her husband passed 3 years ago. After decades as a nurse dodging chaos and bustling hospital wards, she thought solitude would be her reward. At first it was peaceful mornings with coffee, no one to interrupt her crossword puzzles. But then the quiet turned heavy. "I'd go days without saying a word," she confessed to me, her voice low, almost lost in the hum of her TV, the only sound breaking the stillness. She didn't notice how the walls were closing in until her daughter, Sarah, dropped by one Sunday and said, "Mom, you're fading away." That hit her like a punch. Ellen hadn't realized she'd built a prison out of her own home. I've seen this trap snag others too. My Uncle Jim, a retired carpenter with hands that could craft miracles, retreated to his shed after Aunt May died. He'd always been a lone wolf type, loved his own company, or so he thought. Months passed and he barely stepped outside. His phone stopped ringing, his tools gathered dust. I'd wave from the driveway, but he'd just nod, lost in his own world. Harvard Medical School's got the numbers on this. Folks over 65 living alone who let isolation take root face a 30% higher risk of heart trouble. It's not just your ticker either. Your brain takes a hit, with cognitive decline matching what you'd see from skipping workouts for years. Ellen's eyes dulled. Jim's hands trembled, not from age, but from a loneliness he didn't name. Here's the kicker. It's not about being a social butterfly. It's survival. Ellen didn't see how her silence was starving her spirit. Her laughter, once a hospital staple, faded to a memory. Jim's stories, the kind that'd fill a room, stayed locked in his chest. I've felt it too, days alone after a move, thinking I'd enjoy the quiet, only to feel the weight of it pressed down. Isolation's a thief with velvet gloves. It doesn't break in, it slips in, and you don't notice till your spark's gone. Fix, tear down those walls, one brick at a time. Ellen took a shaky step, joined a gardening club after Sarah's nudge. At first, she hovered on the edges, unsure, but swapping tips about roses with a guy named Ted sparked something. She started smiling again, her hands dirty with soil instead of idle. "Jim?" I dragged him to a wood shop where kids needed a mentor. He grumbled, but now he says their chatter keeps him young. Me? I called an old buddy last week, 5 minutes about a fishing trip we took decades ago, and I felt lighter. Tonight, pick up the phone, one call, one memory. Connection's not a luxury, it's your lifeline. Don't let the silence win. 2. Ignoring your body's red flags. Ellen was a pro at reading patients' signs. Decades as a nurse honed that skill razor sharp. But when it came to herself, she went blind. A nagging cough started last fall. Just a tickle, she told herself, popping a lozenge and moving on. Weeks dragged into months. She'd wake up wheezing, barely able to climb her stairs. Pride kept me quiet, she admitted to me, her eyes tracing the floor. By the time she caved, pneumonia had sunk its claws in. She'd waited too long, and it nearly stole her breath for good. Living alone, you're your own first responder, but too many of us tune out the alarms. I've watched this play out up close. My dad, a stubborn 73-year-old who'd rather wrestle a bear than see a doc, brushed off leg pain for a year. Just age, he'd growl. I bought it till he collapsed. A blood clot had been brewing, and we nearly lost him. The VA medical centers got grim stats. Seniors living solo wait 48 hours longer on average to seek help. That's 2 days for a spark to flare into a wildfire. Ellen's cough wasn't a fluke. Dad's pain wasn't normal. Your body's a machine. Ignore the warning lights, and it stalls hard. I learned this the hard way. Ignored a rash once, thought it'd fade. 2 weeks later, I'm on antibiotics, kicking myself. Here's the truth. When you're alone, no one's there to call you out. Ellen's daughter lived an hour away, too far to notice the wheezing. Dad's buddies didn't see his limp till it was too late. Me, I'd hide aches from my wife, thinking I'd tough it out. Dumb move. Your body's shouting, hoarse throat, shaky legs, a twinge that won't quit. Tune it out and you're not tough. You're a sitting duck. Fix. Treat your health like a mission briefing. Ellen logs symptoms now, every cough, every ache scribbled in a notebook by her coffee pot. Dad's got a doc on speed dial after his scare, checks in monthly. I track vitals weekly, caught a blood pressure spike early, dodged a bullet. Sort your meds Sunday, book your annual checkup. Listen to your gut. It's not nagging, it's command. Ellen's breathing easy now. Dad's back to his gruff self. You've got one body. Don't let pride bench it. 3. Skipping home safety checks. Ellen's kitchen slip wasn't fate. It was a setup. That loose rug by her sink? A tripwire she'd walked over for years. Never thought it'd get me, she said, rubbing her wrist where the brace had been. She hit the floor hard, cracked ribs, a week in the hospital. My neighbor Sam, 68, had his own dance with danger. A wobbly stool he used to reach a shelf buckled, and his hip paid the price. The CDC's numbers don't lie. Falls cost solo seniors $30,000 a pop, more than a decent car, yet fixes are cheaper than a steak dinner. Living alone, your home's your castle. Don't let it turn traitor. I've dodged this bullet by luck, not smarts. My porch step creaked for months, nearly sent me sprawling one rainy night. Sam's stool? He'd patched it with tape, called it good, until it wasn't. Ellen's rug was a rookie oversight. Sam's pride cost him 6 months on crutches. Your space isn't just walls, it's a battlefield, and hazards are the enemy. I've seen it too. My aunt tripped over a cord, bruised but lucky. Prevention's pennies, recovery's a fortune. Here's the rub. When you're solo, no one's spotting the risks. Ellen cooked alone. No one saw that rug slide. Sam tinkered in his garage. Nobody flagged the stool. Me, my wife's away half the time. I'm on my own to catch the cracks. A dim hall, a slick floor, a chair that wobbles. These aren't details, they're threats. Ignore them and your castle crumbles. Fix. Scout your turf like a pro. Ellen swapped on that rug for non-slip mats. $10 at the hardware store. Sam bolted rails by his stairs, moves free now. I fixed my step. $20 and an hour, no regrets. Light your paths, secure your floors, check your seats. It's not coddling, it's fortifying. Ellen's cooking again. Sam's back in his garage. Your home's your ally. Keep it that way. We're shutting out help. Ellen's daughter offered to grab groceries when that cough hit. I've got it, Ellen snapped, waving her off. Then pneumonia floored her. She couldn't even heat soup. My cousin Ruth, 71, hauled trash solo till her back screamed. 2 weeks flat on her couch. Help's not a surrender flag. It's a supply line. Ellen's stubbornness left her stranded. Ruth's grit cost her mobility. Living alone doesn't mean you're a one-man army. I've played that game, turned down a neighbor's lift with bags, lugged them myself and ached for days. Dumb pride. The Joint Chiefs study says it clear. Folks with backup live 7 years longer. Ellen's daughter wasn't hovering. She was a lifeline. Ruth's kids weren't nagging. They were ready. Me, I thought I'd prove something. Proved I'm human instead. Here's the sting. Solo, you're your only spotter. Ellen's cough hid till it pounced. No one to push her. Ruth's trash piled till she broke. Nobody to step in. I'd limp home hiding it. Wife wasn't there to call it. Help's not a crutch. It's a scaffold. Keeps you standing taller. Fix, assemble your squad. Ellen lets Sarah shop now, trades recipes as thanks. Ruth's got a teen for trash, pays in cookies. I take offers, saves my knees. Strategic supports your edge. Lean on it. Ellen's stronger. Ruth's upright. You're not less, you're smarter. Ish 5. Ignoring emergency prep. Ellen's power died last winter. No flashlight, meds lost in the dark. Felt like a rookie, she said, shivering till dawn. My friend Bill, 69, lost heat in a freeze. Huddled till help came, half blue. The National Emergency Center's blunt. 60% of solo senior crises aren't the disaster. They're the prep gap. Alone, you're the first on scene, don't show up empty-handed. I got caught. A storm killed my lights, phone dead, scrambling. Bill's scare shook me. His heater failed, no plan. Ellen's meds were chaos, panic set in. Prep's not paranoia, it's your shield. Here's the catch, no one's got your back. Ellen fumbled solo, daughter too far. Bill froze, no neighbor knew. Me? Wife was gone, I was it. A dead battery, a lost pill, no light. Small stuff turns lethal fast. Fix, gear up tight. Ellen's ready box has meds, lights, a charger by her bed. Bill's stocked, heaters, blankets, charged. I keep a kit, power's mine now. Stockpile smart, you're the captain. 6. Dodging tech tools. Ellen scoffed at her smartphone. Too tricky, she grumbled. Missed a doc call, set her pneumonia back weeks. My pal Ed, 73, skipped a doorbell cam. Burglars cleaned him out. Tech's not a foe, it's your sentry. The VA says tech users stay solo 4 years longer. I resisted. Thought apps were fluff till one saved my meds. Ed's cam's up now, sleep sound. Ellen's fumbling taught me, tech's a tool, not a toy. Here's the snag, lone, you miss cues. Ellen's call slipped, no backup. Ed's break-in, no eyes but his. Me, I'd skip alerts, flood hit, too late. Text your scout, don't bench it. Fix, start lean. Ellen texts Sarah now, slow but steady. Ed's got alerts, safe. I use reminders, caught a leak early. Master one trick, it's your wingman. 7. Letting finances slip. Ellen ignored a scam call, lost $500. Thought I'd spot it, she sighed, shaken. My Uncle Pete, 72, missed bills. Penalties snowballed. The FBI's Stark, solo seniors dropped $30,000 yearly to fraud. Loan, you're the vault, don't leave the door ajar. I nearly bit. A shady email, close shave. Pete's mess woke me, chaos costs. Ellen's trust burned. Scammers prey on solo trust. Here's the bite. No one's checking. Ellen's call came fast. No filter. Pete's mail piled. Nobody saw. Me. Wife's away. I'm the gate. A slip and you're bled dry. Fix. Fortify your books. Ellen tracks monthly. Alerts on. Pete's got a system. Clean nest. I audit weekly. Scams bounce. Guard your gold. It's yours. 8. Clinging to a big house. Ellen's 3,000 square foot home drained her. 30% of her cash on upkeep. Too much, she groaned, exhausted. My Aunt Sue, 70, mowed till she dropped. Heat stroke hit. Big spaces bleed you solo. Time, money, strength. I saw it. Sue's yard owned her. Ellen's stairs taunted her. Steps to nowhere. Me? Old place 8 hours. Downsized. Free. Here's the grind. Alone, it's all you. Ellen cleaned solo. No help. Sue fought grass. Kids far. Me? No backup. Big's a burden. Fix. Scale smart. Ellen's in a condo. Loves it. Sue's small. Thrives. I cut space, time's mine. Fit your fort to you. 9. Drifting without routine. Ellen's days melted, no plan, just TV. Lost my rhythm, she said, dazed. My dad drifted post-retirement, grumpy till he locked in. Solo, routine's your rudder. Lose it, you're adrift. I floated, felt hollow. Dad's chaos bred gloom. Fixed it. Ellen's blur was real, aimless stings. Here's the drift. No one sets your clock. Ellen's shows ran, days bled. Dad slept odd, nobody cared. Me, alone, I slumped. Routine pulls you up. Fix, anchor your day. Ellen lists, gardening calls. Dad walks, sharp again. I plan, steady now. Set your beat, steer straight. 10. Starving your purpose. Ellen felt useless post-nursing. What now, she mused. Empty. My mentor Ray, 75, sank till he coached kids. Lifted him. Purpose fuels solo life. Lose it, you stall. Studies say it adds a decade. I lost mine. Writing found me. Ray's kids sparked him. Ellen's void ached. Real pain. Here's the hollow. Alone, it's yours to fill. Ellen's skills sat. Nobody asked. Ray faded, kids called. Me? I drifted. Purpose anchors. Fix, hunt your mission. Ellen tutors, alive again. Ray coaches, glows. I share, full now. Find your why, it's fuel. The takeaway and challenge. Ellen, Tom, Lisa, they're not just names on a page. They're proof carved in flesh and bone that dodging these 10 traps keeps your independence burning bright. Ellen slipped in her kitchen, ignored her cough, clung to that big house. Yet she fought back, rewrote her story, and now she's tutoring kids with a grin that could light up a storm. Tom let a limp slide till his heart whispered danger. He logs every ache now, stands taller than ever. Lisa tumbled once, but rails caught her next fall. She's steady, a quiet warrior in her own right. They prove it. Sidestep these pitfalls, and you don't just hold your ground. You keep your reign. These aren't mistakes to shrug off. They're landmines, and every one you dodge is a year you claim. My lesson hit harder than I'd care to admit. Watching Dad drift after Mom passed was like seeing a ship lose its anchor. Days blurred into TV static, his gruff laugh silenced by a house too big and a body he ignored. I'd nag, he'd wave me off, I'm fine, until a clot nearly sank him. That woke me up. I prepped now, not out of fear, but out of respect for the freedom he almost lost, and I still have. Ellen's slip, Tom's limp, Lisa's fall. They're mirrors I can't unsee, so living solo isn't a sentence. It's a battlefield, and you don't win by luck. You win by strategy. These 10 traps, they're the enemy's playbook. Know them, beat them, stay king of your castle. Here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. A challenge to lock in your solo strength starting today. Pick one fix from this lineup. Make that call to a friend to bust isolation's grip. Check your vitals like a hawk. Bolt a rail to your stairs. Stash a flashlight by your bed. Maybe it's texting your kid hi to crack text shell, or filing your bills to slam the vault shut. One move, one win, small as it seems, it's a brick in your fortress. Ellen started with a gardening club, bloomed from there. Tom logged a limp, caught a storm early. I sorted my meds, haven't missed a beat. You've got the map, take the step. Share your strike below. What hit you hardest? Was it Ellen's dark night, Tom's close call, or maybe my dad's drift that lit the fuse? Drop your city too. Let's see where this solo army's holding the line. Hit that like button if this briefing armed you up. Subscribe if you're in for the long haul, because we're not just surviving out here, we're thriving. Ring that bell so the next strategy lands in your lap. Tell me your win next week. Did you call, check, plan? Your story might spark someone else's fight. This isn't the end, it's your redeployment. You're not alone in this, you're leading it. Stay sharp, stay free. See you on the next mission.